England's southern counties have long attracted citygoers seeking a quieter, more rural bolt hole. Wiltshire's scenic landscape, with its rivers and archaeological sites, has been a particular lure for holidaymakers. So opening a country B&B here makes perfect sense. But in a busy marketplace, standing out from the crowd is the key to success. And that means calling in the experts.
I'm in rural Wiltshire, and it's an incredibly windy day. The wind's crashing through the trees, and it really raises the energy. The space I'm about to see is located behind these idyllic country cottages, and the gardens are beautifully planted. Look at this. Grapes ripening on the vine. Amazing.
Sitting behind this row of Georgian cottages is a spacious vegetable garden. It's the handiwork of green-fingered couple Anthony and Bianca and their young daughter Violet. Now they want to share this verdant oasis with others and generate an extra income so they can spend more time with their daughter.
Oh, that's very sweet.
So, Anthony, Bianca, I'm really blown away by your garden. It's
thank
so
you very much.
luscious.
Thank you.
And everything seems really happy. It's really growing amazingly. What's the history? How long have you been here?
Well, we've been here about 5 years and we put the veg beds in, but my family have actually been in the lane a lot longer. My granddad moved in about 50 years ago, and in fact my mum lives next door to us now. It's a very nice place for Violet to grow up.
It's an idyllic place, really.
Really beautiful, yeah.
So you're a local boy, but where are you from?
I'm from London. I basically gate crashed Anthony's barbecue one day and showed up uninvited.
And then never left.
Never left.
Well, that's how you met.
Yeah. Turned up for a free supper, didn't you? Yeah. And then we moved down here, and Bianca's an archaeologist, and there's obviously lots of archaeology in the area, so it worked out really nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I'm really interested to see what you've got to show me.
Fantastic.
Thank
well,
you.
it's just
Yeah.
over here.
OK, let's go and have a look.
Sitting at the end of their vegetable garden is this.
This is the reason why you're here. Obviously, it's a garden shed.
Yep.
The couple want to turn this rickety outbuilding into a magical, dreamy B&B surrounded by a sumptuous garden retreat.
We want it to look like a shed. We want it to be in keeping as part of the veg garden. But when you go inside, we want people to be kind of like wowed and made to feel like they're entering a kind of nursery rhyme space with wood burners and rugs and really cosy and warm.
So, what's your budget?
It's not the biggest budget. We're going to sell,
My car.
and that's not a very big car.
Yeah.
Okay.
So whatever you can do, really.
OK. Backdrops. Let me have a look. Feel this floor. It's not a very solid floor. And I'm seeing all kinds of stuff which is making me nervous. I've got water-stained roof. I can see holes straight through the cladding over there. If you wanted to convert this properly, you've got to start with the floor. The walls would have to be studied differently for insulation and membraning and waterproofing. If you wanted to make a shed here that you can rent out, you've got to start again. It would cost quite a lot of money.
Okay.
And I hate to say that to you, because it's a really great location. I can totally see why the idea of a space you can stay would work here. But in a way that can really free you up, because you could do a totally different kind of building or something else, something even more creative.
OK.
It's better to be realistic. There's not much in here that you could save. I'm really sorry to have to say that to you.
That's not what we were expecting, but you're the expert, so I think, you know, we really need to take all of that on board and
Think of some new options.
try and go back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
Go away and have a think.
Yes,
I'm really
will do.
sorry to crash your plans.
It's good to know, exactly, very true. Right, should we have a think? Okay.
With the shed not fit for purpose, the couple's dream of creating a magical haven for paying guests now hangs in the balance. They discuss their options: to demolish the shed and start from scratch, or give up on their dream. Simon waits to hear their decision.
Hiya.
Hello.
How are you getting on?
Yeah, good. I think we've both taken on board what you said. I think the thing is it's a really beautiful space and there's something really special about it, but it's just figuring out what to do with it, really.
Great. I'm actually quite glad he's still talking to me, but it's nice, it's nice you're still up for doing something, because it is a really amazing location. Weirdly, this is the least attractive bit of the garden.
Yeah.
Both the shed, as it is, and this area back here. Do you know, it's a big space. I just want to place her out. It's like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, somewhere between 17, 18 metres.
Okay.
And it's got loads of junk in it.
Yeah.
Bins. The boundary fence is a really ugly concrete fence and it looks like it's collapsing. So to make the most of this space, we need to think about how we're going to define that back boundary, clear everything out, and then we've got quite a big space to work with. The rest of the garden is beautiful. So when you've decided what you want to do, give me a call, and then we'll start making a plan.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's
That sounds
exciting.
great.
Thank
Great.
you. Fantastic.
Cheerio.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
A few weeks later, Simon gets a call.
Hi, Simon.
We've got some exciting news. We've just taken on board what you said and we've decided to buy a shepherd's hut.
It's on its way, so we hope to see you soon.
Bye.
The couple have taken the plunge. They've sold Bianca's car to pay for the hut. Now they must wait. It's delivery day, and the shepherd's hut has arrived. And so has Simon's team, carpenter Ian Sang and designer Axa Riaz. They're ready to start work. There's just one problem.
The driver's worrying about how he's going to get it under the cable. I think it's going to be quite interesting. Can't see any damage yet.
So why did you say yeah? Is there any ways to get around here?
Are you attached to those concrete fence panels?
No. But they're not ours, so that helps.
After carefully working out they wouldn't hit the telephone wire, the team face yet another stumbling block. Access to the garden. So some heavy lifting is called for.
The height of those trees.
Here we go. Here we go.
Come on, let's see the scratches.
I feel like crying.
Yeah,
Yeah, I really do.
Cry when it lands.
Yeah, we're going a bit
And
forward
lower,
that
make sure
way.
it's on the pads.
Okay. Yep. Perfect.
With the shepherd's hut safely in place and the fence panels unscathed, Simon can now turn his attention to setting it into the surrounding garden.
So that was pretty exciting. I'm really glad it fit.
Yeah, me too.
So, Axa, in a minute, I would suggest you go inside and have a look at the space.
Great, can't wait.
So I'm going to let you do that. Ian, meanwhile, we've got to do catch-up with this space over here.
Okay, let's
And,
have a look.
we've got an ugly concrete back wall,
Yes.
which we're going to build a nice-looking fence around. It's a really nice, organic-shaped wood to do that. And they've got a hot tub,
Oh, nice.
which again is going to go somewhere here. But we've got to work out the kind of the orientation we want to go with and make something really interesting for it to sit on. I don't know. Let's have a look at it.
Yeah, good.
So this is a wood-powered hot tub.
I like it. It's cool.
It's little oval one
Uh-huh.
with thermal wood, I think. And then it's got actually quite a nice, attractive wood burner. So I think trying to make that in a position where you can also look at it outside as a fire.
Nice and
would be a very
appreciated.
useful thing to try and achieve. And then obviously we've got all the fence posts to get in and all the landscaping.
There's a lot to do, isn't there, Simon?
As usual.
While the hot tub will add a real wow factor outside, inside, AXA wants to achieve the same impact. That means helping Bianca create the cosy, magical look she's after.
So it's definitely a blank canvas.
Yes.
And I think we could add some really lovely pops of colour. And I think definitely this wall here as well. You've got a really nice hatch that will look out to the hot tub. So what do you think of adding sort of nice colour, a sort of feature?
The area in the garden is going to be sort of like a Japanese sanctuary onsen, which is from our honeymoon because we went to Japan. So perhaps something that evokes moss with a kind of green or something like that would look really beautiful there.
There's a bit of an empty space here. So what are you thinking of adding here?
A beautiful dark green velvet love seat.
Lovely.
And then a terrazzo pink table for kind of dining.
So I'm thinking the sort of feeling that you're going for in this space is more of a romantic, sort of really cosy getaway.
Yeah, hope so. Fingers crossed.
So I think as well, it's such a lovely space, but you don't want to over clutter it.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it's about having pops of colour.
Oh, great. So that gives me plenty to think of.
I'm sure you'll work your magic.
With family and friends also pitching in, the team get to work. But straight away, Ian spots a problem.
So we've just had the shepherd's hut dropped in, but there's something glaringly missing. We need some nice steps to access this lovely space. Now, I've seen some steps elsewhere. They've got some going to their hot tub, so I'm going to take inspiration from that. But first of all, let's take some measurements. Now, the width of this is 150 centimetres, and looking at this, the lowest point is here, and that's 75 centimetres. So if I make it roughly to those dimensions, we can always dig 1 foot in to level it out. Great.
Simon is keen to help Anthony and Bianca turn their shepherd's hut into a calm and relaxing space for paying guests. So he's brought them to a unique B&B at Little Salisbury Hill near Bath for inspiration. The Straw Bale Lodge gets its name from the material it's made from.
You head down into here.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
So it's a straw bale wrapped timber building. Grills on the front, that beautiful door, gnarly post on the side. You've got, look, even the strawberries cascading down the steps there.
And it has one special feature Simon knows this couple will love.
Look, it's a wood-powered hot tub for two.
Oh my
Looking out over that gorgeous view of the
That
bay.
is beautiful.
So come on in. There's a really nice double little porch, and look at that reveal window there. It shows the straw bale construction. Look at this space.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
These guys have got amazing taste, and it's so textural. There are so many different kinds of recycled and reused materials, and everywhere you look, everything looks gorgeous. This beautiful little seating alcove with an amazingly worn table. This panelling is a really good cheat. It's old pine doors that have been stripped and then used to make an effective panelling. What do you reckon that is?
No idea.
Dear.
It's...
That is... I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Ah,
Hidden
okay.
TV.
That's a good idea.
Never know it was there.
That's a really good idea.
It's gorgeous.
There's so many things everywhere you look. That beam is there because it looks nice. Not actually doing anything. This sofa is a really rich, plump sofa. You know you're going to sink into that and it's going to be really comfortable. Sitting in front of this gorgeous fireplace. And then they've reused lots of these antique pieces, these pillars. They're higgledy-piggledy. They're different eras, different designs, but they look gorgeous.
It's absolutely amazing.
They've got this beautiful set of Indian doors leading into the bathroom. Because this is it's a love pad, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then the bedroom is really something else. It does feel like you're entering a boudoir.
It's beautiful.
And then you step down a level, and you know what? It's a really rich-looking, comfortable, welcoming bed. But it's just an ordinary bed. If you lift this back, it's just an ordinary bed frame, and then it's been turned into this fabulous-looking bed by adding this elaborate wood moulding, and then what I think is a French headboard, antique, has been added on. And then lots of the windows in this building are old windows that don't necessarily even fit the space. Look at that. Beautiful antique window. And it doesn't fit, so they've just let in more glass panes around it. And it looks fabulous.
Yeah, it really does.
It's just so simple, but it really works. I don't know about you, but I really want to go and meet the guys who created this space.
Definitely.
Back at the shepherd's hut, Ian is building the steps with help from one of the team.
Do it by eye. So that's one end of our step done. It's got the top pickups here for the top treads, and then some treads in the middle, another one on the other side, and we'll be done.
Designer Axa is also making progress.
I've picked this pattern here for both Anthony and Bianca because I know that they really love Japan and they love a lot of sort of Japanese-inspired art. So I think this will work really well sort of to stick down onto a tray because Fabulon is a really great sort of thick paper that you can stick onto any surface. You can have drinks on here and you can spill things and wipe it away.
At the lodge, Simon is keen for Anthony and Bianca to meet the owners, Sarah and Angus, to find out how they turned it into a successful business.
So Sarah and Angus, thank you so much for letting us look around the lodge. I was really inspired by it. I want to just hear straight away, how did you get started and what are the ideas for this place?
Well, we've lived here for 20 years and we used to use that as a consulting room because we're both psychotherapists, and we decided to make it into a lovely space for couples to go away for romantic weekends. It's quirky and I think people like something that's a bit different.
Had you picked up all the pieces and had those, or did you buy them specifically for converting it into this kind of B&B space?
Mostly I had them. I've spent a lot of time going around picking up pieces. And I don't know where those pieces are going to end up, but I know they're lovely pieces.
How do you find moving into running a new business? How has it impacted on your lives?
Well, I mean, we're very sort of hands-off with it when the guests come. So we sort of do a self-check-in and they can arrive any time after 4 and the key's in the door. So we set it up for them to be able to do everything with the hot tub and, you know, which they love. And we put in, that was something that we did learn. We didn't have that in straight away. But we discovered that that's, after location, it's the most sought-after thing.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
But,
yes.
But one thing about that is that, you know, we get a lot of inquiries, and when they do inquire, they said, can we use the hot tub?
Oh, really?
Yes.
You know, so it really is high on the list of
It is
what
things that
encourages people to rent.
I'm going to have to put you on the spot now, though, because I'm going to ask you to guess, how much do you think a place like the lodge will rent out for each night?
150?
A bit more than that. It's 195 up to 235.
Depending on season and...
Yeah.
I think your pricing sounds pretty good. I mean, it's about the quality of the space. It's really unique. It's really bespoke. And I'd just like to thank you for allowing us to come and ask you questions. It's been very enjoyable.
OK.
So pick it up. 1, 2, 3, lift. Oh, it's not too heavy, is it? No.
Back at Anthony and Bianca's, Simon is keen to crack on.
Your side?
90-degree clock.
Inspired by their earlier visit, the team need to work out the best position for the hot tub. It's a four-man job, so Anthony's friend Sophie lends a hand.
And actually,
Yeah. That's nice.
so I think this orientation works quite well because we've got the deck, we've got the hot tub, we've got the fire, and you've got potentially a seating area here. But at the straw bale house, there's a really strong sense of kind of seclusion, and that's what we're really lacking here. And I know we've been planning a fence to go along this, but it's starting to make me think that we should really wrap this space with the fence, curve it round, even as far as like this.
So it's totally enclosed.
Still with a view out to the garden that way, but means that's your only view out of privacy, and then that whole seating area is looking at it. Do you like the idea of that?
I think that sounds absolutely fabulous, Simon.
Sounds beautiful.
It does, it sounds beautiful.
Just got to make a curved fence.
It's a great idea, but technically more difficult.
Now, if you're building a normal fence, you have vertical posts and a straight rail that picks up the panels that you're putting on. Now, in order to create a curved fence, we're going to have to put in what's called a noggin, and that's a curved piece of timber that goes between the vertical posts, and then you attach your boards to it. And that basically means we're going to have to make a lot of curved noggins to go between the support posts, and it's quite a lot of work. So I think I'm going to give that job to Ian.
Earlier, Anthony and Bianca loved the recycled wood and furniture in the straw bale lodge. So AXA wants to use a similar idea.
So I found this really quirky stool, and I think it will work really perfectly in the shepherd's hut. So I know that Anthony and Bianca are having some sort of table in there, and this is the perfect size just to fit underneath. We could definitely do something with the top there. I just think it looks quite old, and it's a bit worn away as well. So the great thing about this stool here is you can actually take off the top. You can lift this off like that, and that can just go. I think what will work really well with this sort of really nice dark walnut colour is this natural jute. And I found this looks really nice, and it definitely contrasts with the sort of dark walnut. Anthony and Bianca really like linen, they like natural materials, and I think it will add another element of texture in the space. So turn this over. So you don't want to pull it too tight, you want to have a little bit of a bounce, so it's quite a nice comfortable seat. So I've got my first bit done, so the next bit is just to weave it in and out. So I think that's looking pretty good. So all I need to do now is secure it in place.
Get this template lined up.
Meanwhile, Ian has swapped steps making for noggin making.
Now, we're going to make up the fence with all of these curve-shaped noggins. They help keep the shape of the fence and allow us to attach our waney edge around it. So I've got to cut out 16 of these in total to take the bottom and top of the fence. And it's a hard job because I've got to cut through 2 inches of material with my little jigsaw. In the workshop, I'd use a bandsaw, but as we're on site. So I've got my work cut out. It's going to probably take a couple of hours.
Attaching the noggins depends on first getting the fence posts in, so it's all hands on deck.
That needs to go deeper.
Okay, cool.
With 16 noggins to make, Ian is still at it.
Noggins.
And finally, with a lot of teamwork, the curved fence begins to take shape.
What do you think about this?
It's just much bigger at digging holes than you are.
I sure 100%. This is why do you think it's doing it?
How you getting on?
Oh, yeah, I'm loving it,
Are
mate.
you sick of it yet?
I'm noggined out, to be honest. There's only a few more to go.
How many more?
3.
3, great, nearly there. Well done.
Thanks, man.
Designer AXA wants to help Bianca transform the shepherd's hut by adding different textures and colourful fabrics, like this one, which will go to make the curtains.
It's quite a bold colour, but I think it will work really nice. So I know that Bianca's got loads of different colours going in. She's got greens, pinks, greys, and even this yellow now. So now I think it's just a question of getting all the colours to work together.
Oh, sorry.
In the garden, the team still have a mountain to climb, finishing the fence and getting the hot tub installed.
Are you happy with that?
Bang on.
So Simon's called in extra help. Carpenter Tom.
So Tom, I've got a job for you if you're up for it.
All right.
So we're ready to go with our curved area around the hot tub. We've got all the vertical posts in, and we're going to be putting on these nice larch boards. And I think what we're going to do is start with that wobbly edge visible on the post, and then you're just going to bang it up with some nails.
All right, we'll do. So we're just measuring up the length of larch here. We're going to be varying it by about 100 mil, 50 mil or so to get that kind of staggered finish at the top. Going to be cutting about 3 at a time to save a bit of time.
As Tom gets on with cladding the fence, Ian can get back to finishing those all-important steps. Transforming the shepherd's hut into a colourful and verdant haven for nature-loving guests is Anthony and Bianca's dream. So AXA knows the planting is key. And as luck would have it, Bianca has found the perfect containers for this romantic getaway.
I heard that you had your wedding in this garden.
Yeah, we did. There's a local barn where we got married, and then we had the shindig down here.
Oh, lovely.
Which is fantastic. Filled all of these baskets full of flowers and all that sort of thing.
Oh, really? So it's great that you're reusing these.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Anthony and Bianca's shepherd's hut has all the makings of a sumptuous, cosy B&B. But at Swallowtail Hill near Rye in Sussex, they've taken things to a whole new level. Longview is a shepherd's hut run by Sarah and husband Christopher. As conservationists, they wanted to create a unique retreat in the heart of their 40-acre nature reserve.
We wanted something that was a bit different and a bit special compared to a lot of shepherd hut type buildings. For starters, it's enormous. It's twice as big as most shepherd's huts are. And a lot of shepherd's huts are just clad in tin, and ours is clad in oak, which makes it particularly special. And now it's weathering nicely, so we've got this nice kind of ashy look to the oak, which I think is really beautiful. And guests love that.
But what they love more are the bifolding doors that give unbridled views across the Sussex countryside.
If you want to, you can bring the outside in. And feel like the meadow is part of your bedroom. We designed that specifically to take advantage of the wonderful view that it faces, so people can enjoy it in all weathers. It doesn't matter what time of year that they come. If it's in the summertime, they can have the doors open. Some people sleep with the doors open at night and really feel that they are at one with the meadow. It brings the outside in. And in the wintertime, they can keep it shut and keep nice and cosy inside, but still enjoy the view.
And the icing on the cake? The wood-fired hot tub.
We wanted this space to feel really luxurious, and I think the hot tub gives that added extra to it.
The aim was to appeal to discerning guests wanting a country hideaway.
Now people are really looking for something luxurious. They want, essentially, a 5-star hotel room, but in the middle of a field.
And that's what they've got. A shower, kitchen, and room to sleep 4. All carefully built by artisan hut builders to maximize the space.
The king-size bed is really the statement piece. The beautiful headboard forms a really clever divide between the living and the sleeping space. The wood that was used in the build of this has got some interesting stories to tell. The frame has come from some wood that was previously in a cotton mill in Stoke-on-Trent, and some of the recycled timbers that form the headboard are from the old fire station in Dorchester and from a pub in Dorchester that used to be frequented by Thomas Hardy, so there's some great stories to tell guests.
And the price for this slice of luxury?
2 nights, depending on season, the prices would change, but the starting price would be £290.
Back in Wiltshire, the curved fence is now finished. But if the luxury hot tub is to work in this private space, it'll need a firm foundation to sit on.
So we just started laying the level base, which is what we're going to put the sleepers on, which create the deck, which has a hot tub on it. And the hot tub edge is going to be about here in line with the barrier that we've created with its round end here, and the fire is going to be located just here. And so the area in front and round to that side will be the deck that is around the hot tub.
That means getting the position and shape of the sleepers just right. Anthony and Bianca want the outside area of the shepherd's hut to feel like an extension of their own sumptuous garden. So the family pitch in to help plant up a variety of shrubs and flowers. Next, it's time to get the key pieces of furniture in.
Look away, George. God.
Right.
Did not help at all.
There we go.
You all right there? Do you need another hand?
Yeah, very comfy.
Oh wow, it looks really comfy.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's really lovely.
Inspired by their earlier visit, Anthony and Bianca are keen to fill the hut with interesting-looking items. And AXA has just the ticket.
I've thought of marbling candles. It's a really simple idea, but they're really effective. All you need is some water and nail polish. Just drop in a bit of nail polish into the water and you'll splatter it about. Nail polish is really great because it's enamel based, and what it does, it sort of floats on the water. So I think it looks quite good. There's different variations of patterns in here, so I can now get ready to dip my candle in. You want to hold the candle by the wick, swirl it around as much as you need to get all the polish on, and pull it out. And there you go. Simple as that, but it's so effective.
Oh, lovely.
Over at the hut, Simon and the team are on the home stretch.
So we just finished screwing down the platform for the hot tub, and they're putting the terram down the ground barrier to stop weeds coming through, and then we're going to put the gravel on. And then the hot tub comes in and we're done.
With Anthony and Bianca now gone from the site, it's time to put the finishing touches to this very special B&B. And Ian's steps can finally go into place.
Nice.
A few weeks ago, Simon consigned Anthony and Bianca's leaky garden shed to the scrap heap.
If you wanted to make a shed here that you can rent out, you've got to start again.
So the couple sold their car and bought a shepherd's hut.
Can't see any damage yet.
Great. Oh, look.
And after some nail-biting moments,
OK, yep, perfect.
Simon could finally start creating their dream B&B. Now, with a lot of graft and imagination, this once tired part of the vegetable garden has been transformed into a unique, self-contained, leafy oasis of tranquility.
Oh, wow. It looks absolutely amazing.
I just can't help thinking back to the time when I first came here and you had that shed at the end of the garden, which, to be honest, was pretty much at the end of its life.
It was a lovely shed, but I think now we agree with you that the space has been better served by having the shepherd's hut here.
And I think it sits really, really well. A lot of that's to do with this landscaping, this amazing planting you did with your friends and family. Really good example of how much you can achieve with many hands. Considering 2 days ago, this was stuck out on the road, looking like it wasn't even possible to get it in.
Don't remind me. Yeah.
And then obviously in front of the hut, we've got the steps that Ian made, which now enable us to get up and inside.
Yeah, it's good.
But the thing
Great.
I really want to have a look at is your special hidden secret bathing area.
So do we.
Yes, please.
I think it's a really nice special place, and I
Oh, wow, it looks amazing.
absolutely love
Great.
this hot tub.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope our guests will love it.
This really beautiful Japanese garden, which
Yeah.
I think works really well.
For Anthony and I, because we spent our honeymoon in Japan, so for us, when I think of romance, I think of being in Japan. You've really achieved that feeling of romance in this space.
I love these moss in the ground.
Well, hopefully they're going to start to grow and grow in between the gaps in our slabs.
I also really like the kind of tombstoning effect.
I love the fact that they've all got straight edges, and I love the pink hue of the wood because it makes it feel really happy when you're in here, doesn't it?
It really
I feel
does.
really relaxed, and I'm also looking forward to getting to the hot tub, but not with you, Simon. But, after you've all gone, it's just fantastic.
So yeah, we were really inspired by what we saw at the Straw Bale House, where they'd managed to create that real sense of privacy within the garden, and I think you've managed to totally pull that off here.
Definitely.
And now I'm keen to go and have a look inside the shepherd hut. You up for that?
Yes,
Definitely.
definitely.
Oh, amazing. Fantastic.
Oh, wow, it looks incredible.
You've got a really romantic space. You've got a really inviting bed at the end, and the colour scheme, although it's kind of mixed, really, really works.
And I really love how Access connected our beautiful modern blue spatterware with these candles
With
here
the
that
candles,
she's
yeah,
made.
great.
Yeah, they're lovely.
Yeah, Axe's nice candles. And then the jute stools.
Yeah, the stools are lovely, and they work really well with our table, don't they?
I really like that leather satchel on the wall over there.
Yeah, thank you. It's an old French post bag, and I think we're going to fill it full of maps and guest books and kind of information about the local area for all people staying here.
It's a really nice touch. In fact, it's all these little different things that are going on, the little features, the little pink porcelain light switches. It all adds up to a really romantic space, and I think that's what people are going to love when they come and stay here.
Thank you. We're really excited about it.
I bet not many shepherd's huts have got king-size beds.
Hope not.
So guys, I hope you're really pleased because you have done a really incredible job here. I'm just wondering, have you thought about a name for this place?
Yes, we have.
Yeah, we're going to call it the Rumpel Hut. And,
The what?
Well, the Rumpel Hut. Rumpel means to seduce in old Wiltshire slang. And we want it to be a romantic, nice feeling here. We want a lot of rumpling to be going on, hopefully.
And I'm wondering, have you thought about how much you're going to charge people to come and stay?
I don't know, we're hoping for about £100 a night, aren't we?
Or 120.
100, between 100 and 120.
I'm going to let you two sort that out.
We're completely blown away. It's absolutely gorgeous. Simon's helped us and all our friends have helped us. I mean, it's just absolutely fabulous and beyond what we would have hoped for.
It's pretty overwhelming, and we're very, very happy, and just being in this space is amazing, and we can't quite believe like it's our space, and we're just so excited to have people come and stay with us. Simon's been fantastic. He didn't ridicule us for suggesting a garden shed as a space at the beginning. He gave us a lot of advice, a lot of help, and he then came up really quickly, really creatively, really imaginatively with this great space. And he really works really, really hard.
Wow, look at this.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Duh.
It's good.
So it's been a really interesting project. The first time I came here, there was a shed that really didn't have a future. And the next time I came back, there was a shepherd hut, but it was stuck in the road and it didn't look like it was going to be able to get in, but it did. And it's a real classic example of how many hands can make light work. We've achieved a really great thing here.